Hey K3, it's Melissa. It's so great to see you. How was your week? Did any of you play a sport or have a play date with a friend? Did you put out your fall decorations or enjoy the cooler weather? I did a lot of those things and went to the beach with my family. Yes, in September. It's honestly one of my favorite times to go. My family rode bikes on the boardwalk and played in the sand without getting sunburned, and even rode on a giant Ferris wheel at night without worrying about long lines. It was great. Today we're continuing our series called Block Party. We're talking all about friendship. Friendship is using our words and actions to show other people you care. It's just like our Bible verse reminds us in Proverbs 17:17. You can probably say it just as great as I can by now, so let's do it together. A friend loves at all times. They're there to help when trouble comes. Nice job. Let's try it one more time. A friend loves at all times. They're there to help when trouble comes. Great job, friends. Before we jump into worship and our lesson taught by Mr. Alex, let's play a game. This one's called What's Under the Mask. We played part 1 of this game a few months ago, but now that masks are a daily part of our life for now, it's fun to play again. The game is simple. Your job is to guess what's under each mask. Think you can get all of them correct? Let's try it out. So how'd you do? You know, it definitely seems a little different to wear a mask to some of our favorite places like the beach or to a store or to a block party. But I'm glad that I know my friends are my friends. Mask or no mask. In fact, friendship can last through most anything. It's just like today's story. In today's story, one of Jesus' friends did something really bad. Jesus could have flipped out, but he didn't do that. Let's see what he did instead. But before we dive in, for the last time this month, let's worship our 2 September songs. Count down with me. 3, 2, 1.
Love so incredible, unexplainable, that you call me by name. You see me through it all, even when I fall. You love me just the same. Creator of the world, you live in my heart.
intimidated by what I'm facing. I've got my face hit on who I'm praising. There is a victory I'm anticipating. The walls are breaking. We'll take the promised land, and I will turn this place into a place of praise. And as I do, I know He'll bring about the change. Oh, this is an offering. This is a sacrifice. We give you everything. I give you everything. Building an altar to your name. Whoa, right here, right now. This is where praise breaks out. Whoa, right here, right now. This is where the walls come down. Let's go! You're here, everything is changing. You're here, every chain is breaking. I can be fearless, 'cause you are here with me. Oh yeah, 'cause you're here, Jesus. 'Cause you're here, I live in freedom. 'Cause you're here, Lord, I believe that I can be fearless, 'cause you are here with me. Right here, right now, this is where praise breaks out. Whoa, right here, right now, this is where the walls come down. Let's go! You're here, everything is changing. 'Cause you're here, every chain is breaking. I can be fearless, 'cause you are here with me. Yeah, you're here, I live in freedom. You're here, Lord, I believe that I can be fearless, 'cause you are here with me. Oh, I can be fearless, 'cause you are here with me.
Peter dragged the wet rope up the side of the boat again. And again, there were no fish in the net. Peter and the other disciples had been fishing all night, and they hadn't caught a thing. John looked at Peter. You didn't really want to go fishing anyway, did you? You just wanted to do something normal so that we could feel, well, normal. John was right. For the past couple months, everything in Peter's life had been so crazy. You see, it started when Jesus came into their lives, and Jesus had helped Peter have the courage to speak out in front of other people and to share God's word. Then Peter had gotten so excited. He had told Jesus that he would do anything for him, follow Jesus anywhere, even die for Jesus if he had to. But that same night, Jesus was arrested. And Peter was so scared, he told 3 different people that he didn't know Jesus, that guy is not my friend, not with me. Peter felt sick and guilty, especially when Jesus was nailed to the cross and died. Now, 3 days later, Jesus came back, and it was great. Everybody got to see him. It was amazing, but Peter still felt guilty and sick about what he'd done. Well, he was trying to forget about all that. He pulled the rope up the side of the ship again and still didn't have any fish. A man from way over on the shore shouted at them. He said, "Hey, cast your net off the other side." Now the shore was pretty far away, so I imagine Peter probably said, "What? What did he say?" And the man said again, "Cast your net off the other side." Now Peter and the disciples had been fishing all night, so they probably thought that was a pretty silly suggestion, but why not? They pulled their net up and cast it off the right side of the boat this time. And when they pulled it back up, there was one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, and about 100 other fish. It was a miracle. The disciples in the boat realized that that man out on the shore, he was Jesus. There were so many fish in the net, they couldn't put it back in the boat. They had to drag the fish through the water back to shore. When they got there, Jesus was making bread. The Son of God, who had already died for their sins, was serving them breakfast. After they ate, Jesus and Peter went walking. Peter still felt guilty about denying Jesus, saying, "He's not my friend." Jesus asked Peter, "Peter, do you love me?" Peter froze. He knew that Jesus knew how he felt, but he had to answer truthfully. "Yes, Jesus, of course I love you." Jesus said, "Okay, feed my sheep." Sheep? Well, Peter knew that Jesus liked to compare people to sheep in his stories. Jesus asked again, "Peter, do you love me?" "Of course," said Peter. Jesus said, again, "Feed my sheep." Feed my sheep. So Peter was supposed to take care of and feed the people that Jesus had brought to the church. He was supposed to share God's word with everybody. Oh, this was exciting. Jesus asked one more time, "Peter, do you love me?" Peter said, "Yes, of course." Jesus said one more time, "Feed my sheep." So Peter said that he loved Jesus 3 times, the same number of times as he denied him. Jesus forgave Peter, and Peter went on to do more great things for Jesus. We can forgive others too and know that we are forgiven by God. Remember, friends love one another all the time and are there to help when they're needed. We can forgive others. I hope you remember that this week.
Okay, so picture this. You have a best friend and you do everything together. You eat together, you play games together, you tell each other everything. And then, when your life gets really hard and you need your friend the most, your friend pretends she doesn't even know you. That's not cool, friends. Wouldn't that make you so mad or sad? It would make me want to say goodbye to that friend forever. But Jesus didn't do that with Peter when Peter pretended to not know him. Instead, even though he must have felt hurt inside, Jesus forgave Peter. And guess what? Jesus forgives you and me too. Anytime we mess up or break a rule or do something we know is wrong, Jesus forgives us because he loves us so much. Our relationship is more important to him than our mess ups. That's why the one thing to remember today is this: friends forgive one another. Jesus forgives us, so we should forgive others. Our friendship should be more important than our mess ups. I'm not saying it's easy to forget. You're going to need God's help. But when you do, it can help you feel better inside. And it can help your friend feel better inside too. So, if a friend upsets you this week, remember that friends forgive one another, just like Jesus did. Okay, bye K3. We'll see you real soon. We hope you have a great week, and don't forget to stay connected.